In this chapter, Lord Krishna is summarizing, especially the entire Bhagavad Gita talks two topics, which was already talked long back. Lokesmin Dividha Nishtha Pura Prukta Maya Naga. That means that there are two types of commitments. There are two types of lifestyles which have been taught long back. Lord Krishna says, don't worry, this teaching continues. Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yogina iti. So I am just recollecting third chapter. So that means there is something called karma yoga, there is something called jnana yoga. Interestingly, there is a little bit confusion sometimes. In the beginning stages of Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Yoga comes in. So Bhakti Yoga is nothing in the beginning called Karma Yoga. But later on, Bhakti Yoga is referred to Jnana Yoga. So one has to be very careful with reference to this point, or else there will be big confusion. So that means two topics are being dealt mainly. One is Karma Yoga, other one is Jnana Yoga. So the purpose of Karma Yoga is Jnana Yoga Praptyartham, to prepare one's mind for Jnanam, and Jnanena eva mokshaha, not by any other way. Only through the knowledge one will be liberated. That also one has to understand very clearly. Number two, in the beginning stages, Bhakti Yoga is being discussed as part of Karma Yoga. But later on, when Bhakti Yoga comes, it is part of Jnana Yoga. That's why with reference to Bhakti, there is a lot of confusion. I think with this background, we can look into little carefully the verses that we are supposed to see. Because Lord Krishna wants to continue, and we were in 58, I think, if I am right. So let me see once more, 58. Yes. Matchitah tarishyasi sarvadrugani mat prasadat tarisyasi atha chittam ahankarat na srashyasi vinakshati iti. So that means that person will perish, will be destroyed. Vinakshati, saha vinakshati, or that person will be destroyed. So who is the person? He says, look, na srasyasi iti. So that means when you don't listen to, so if you want to put in third person singular number, the one who does not listen to me. Why the person does not listen to me? Because of ahankara, ahankarat, due to ahankara, due to ego. Because why? Says, look, as you know, I have been also looking at that a person, especially when get introduced to Karma Yoga, so there is a possibility the person will start performing very well. But if the person does not have Ishwararpana buddhi, Samarpana bhavam, Sharanagati, this karma yoga is not going to help the person in long run. That's why we say without Ishvara, there is no karma yoga. Don't bring secular karma yoga, okay? The secularism, I am a karma yogi. Secularism doesn't work at all. Karma yoga means Ishvara has to be there. You may not know there the Ishvara, that which is both Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana, and that is me. You may not know. You may not know Nirguna Brahma as Ishvara. Nor need not be also. You don't have to. But at least you know Saguna Brahma is Ishvara. Maybe you know Nimitta Karana, Upadana Karana. Still there is some conflict, some doubt. That's why you look at that Ishvara as a creator, as your Ishtha Devata. And when you start offering to your Ishtha Devata, then you discover what? You discover that your likes and dislikes does not take over you. Because whenever my likes and dislikes takes over me, it is like a fruit falls down from the plant which is not matured. It's an amazing concept, okay? Especially now in India, a mango season has not come yet, okay? But what they do is immature mangoes. I can say immature, okay? So, immature is wrong word here. It means not really ripe and not ready. That mango, they pluck it. And of course, they will put some chemicals so that it will become, yellowish. And they sell it. Of course, first mango, there is a competition, okay? People will go crazy also, don't worry. Pay through the nose. But remember, if it is not ready to eat, because of certain circumstances, it appears as the ready. And if you know what is mango, will you like to eat? You will put once. You will wait till the right one comes. Better to not to spoil the mouth. It's a very nice example. Many people do it, okay? They get carried away. Oh, first mango has come. Very nice looking. Let us go. Finally, no. Let him wait till April end or May. No problem. They extend some more time, okay? Because that bitter experience continues. So also, when a person is not matured, that's a karma yoga. If there is immaturity, with immaturity, person withdraws unexpectedly. How the fruit falls down, so also the people. That's why Lord Krishna brings very carefully. In the beginning stages that we have seen, Lord Krishna was talking about karma yoga with reference to what? Swakarma. Swakarma pradhana iti. But now he is talking same karma yoga with reference to Sharanagati. That's why Matchitta tarisyasi. Sarvadrugani mat prasadat tarisyasi iti. That means what? When a person is able to fix the mind on me. And of course, Oh Arjuna, when you are able to fix your mind on me, you will be able to cross over. What you will be able to cross? Sarva Durgani iti. All obstacles. Whether it is Adhyatmika, whether it is Adi Bhautika or Adi Daivika. So all the obstacles you will be able to cross over. Why? Mat prasadat eva. Because of my grace. Whereas, Athachit, Tvam na swasyasi, if you don't listen to me, because of what? Because of ahankara, because of ego, don't worry. Door is open for you. Vinakshasya. You will get destroyed. How? How is it possible? Very nice story that we have heard in our childhood. So let me share that. So in a ashram, a Mahatma, let us say Guru, was very much devoted to Lord Krishna. All the time spends time. So as he became old, was not able to move much, always he needs help of some disciples. So what he will do? He will start calling. In the beginning, one call, disciple, somebody other will come. Then slowly, that did not work, calling bell. So all these things. Time came, after 5, 10, 20 bells, somebody may come, may not come. Because including to go to bathrooms. But this Mahatma was continuing his, lying down still Lord Krishna's name, and he was, reveling. Slowly he discovered that whenever he calls or putting bell, so somebody is coming and attending to him, just in one call. So he really was shocked. What is happening? Very soft touch, very nicely, taking gently, and everything is done, again done. After a few days when it happened, this Mahatma got surprised, asked, who are you? I don't think that any of my disciples are doing so. Because they were not coming, not attending. In the beginning, yes, they were. Later on, no. Who are you? That time, the voice came. The child says, why are you interested? Who am I? You wanted help? I am here. No, I want to know who are you. There is something. And the child says, I am none other than Lord Krishna because I have come here to help you. That time, the Mahatma asked the question, oh Lord, please help me regarding a doubt. Please clear a doubt regarding prarabdha. Yes, please. How do you look at prarabdha and how to nullify prarabdha? Lord Krishna says, look, there are different ways of looking at prarabdha. In scriptures, by the sages, differently do talk. But for easy understanding, I can classify prarabdha into 3 categories. So prarabdha means that which has already begun. First prarabdha comes, then body comes. And based on the body, you come across people, situation, everything. So I can divide prarabdha into 3 simple ways. The first category is called samanya prarabdha. Second category is called madhyama prarabdha. Third one is called pravala prarabdha or tibra prarabdha. Both are one and same. So when we say samanya prarabdha, it's a very small way. So this samanya prarabdha whenever one has, that will be taken care of by Ishvara Anugraha. By the grace of God, Samanya Prarabdham is taken care of. Whereas when it comes to Madhyama Prarabdha, you need to have both. So what both? Both Ishvara Anugraha and Satsanga. Without that, Ishvara Anugraha, Satsanga means the teaching, you need that. Whereas Prabala Prarabdham, Tibra Prarabdham, you have to go through. And in your case, now you are going through Samanya Prarabdham. That's why when children or students did not come to help you, I am here to take care. So when we look at this, that when mind adopts Sharanagati, one good thing happens, that the person will not be able to dwell upon sense of insecurity. As you know, the sense of insecurity doesn't allow a person to relax. That's why we say, the more you have sense of insecurity, the more you are stressed in life. And moreover, when you start nurturing, you start dwelling upon this stressful habitual thinking process, definitely you will not be able to come out of it either. So there is only one way to come out. That is called Saranagati. And this Saranagati helps a person at least surrenders all the worries and anxieties on the feet of Lord. It is exactly like, emotionally I can say, that any child has got any problem. At least when comes in contact with mother, we say, when you keep on your head on the lap of your mother, all the worries and anxieties subsides for some time because of surrender to mother. Later on what happens, don't ask, okay? Because that Saranagati takes care of it. So how emotionally that takes care, here also need to be done. That's why any action when you do with Saranagati, as we have seen, will be seeing, because of Ishwararpana Buddhi, not only you excel in your work, in your karma, also whenever result comes back, you have prasada buddhi. You accept everything. So while performing, no reluctance. While receiving, there is no or ke. I would rather say very nicely, while performing, there is no while receiving, there is no ke. So that means ke free life. Continuing. Yadyahankaramashritya nayotsya iti manyase मिथ्येष व्यवसायस्थे प्रकृतिस्त्वां नियोक्ष्यति. Says, look, ahankaram asritya, because you are so much acquainted with your ahankara, because from your childhood you thought you are the best, or you are the worst, you wanted to be best, both way. Because in the childhood they make the competition, okay? So they have got two types of, one is, you are the best, that fellow cannot compete anywhere. Another, you are not able to do, neglected. And that fellow, takes up decision, no, I must excel, puts effort and somehow does good thing. Now everywhere he proves, I am the best. So both way, this ahankara. So one is bloated ahankara, other one is created ahankara. That is also bloated, okay, don't worry. So inflated ahankara. So you need one pin, over, like halogen balloon. How it happens? Goes up. So you need one small, then it comes down. But here this ahankara doesn't come down like slowly, okay? Brushed. However, he says, look, asritya ahankaram, taking shelter, means sticking to egoism, governed by egoism, following egoism. Yadi manyase, if you think, na yasye, means, oh Arjuna, I don't want to fight. Here, I don't want to do what is to be done. Because that time is fighting war. Why should I? Now, why should I do? I have many other things. I must not. Okay, don't worry. Iti esha vyavasayaha. Remember, such a resolve that you have taken, te of yours, mithya prakruti niyoksyati, that too, tvam. So that means definitely such a resolve of yours will be mithya, will be vain, will not be fructified. Because, why? He says, look, prakruti niyoksyasi tvam. So your nature will compel you to act. How? Which we have discussed in some of the posts. If you observe that each one is having one's own swabhava. Because based on swabhava, the person works. Whether you are having sattva pradhana, raja pradhana or tama pradhana. That's why the lifestyle is to be chosen based on swabhava. If you don't choose lifestyle based on the swabhava, there will be conflict. Nowadays, this inner conflict is mainly because the person does not look at the swabhava, but the person focuses on enjoyment preferences, or you can say raga dvesha. Then later on, the consequences, the person is not ready for it. That's why we say very carefully, you like to relate with that person. Not only the person does what is to be done, also is ready to take responsibility. That reliability. If the person is not reliable, only the person wants to credit, will you like to relate? We say if the person is not reliable, becomes a liability. Whether it is a relationship or organization or anywhere. That's why in the corporate world, how they function. The day they discover you are not reliable, but you become liable, then what happens? Bye-bye. So that means I need to see very carefully, along with a responsibility, my reliability. Because responsibility depends upon your smartness, your exposure, and few other factors. Whereas reliability completely depends upon your maturity. And in a relationship, reliability is more important than anything. Because if you are not reliable, definitely relationship will not be able to continue. That's why present generation, many people complain, Swamiji, I don't have any relationship. Of course, you cannot, impossible. Unless you develop the sense of reliability, you cannot have relationship. So this aspect is most important aspect. That's why any lifestyle if you choose, so you need to see both sides. So both sides, when we say that you are ready to take responsibility, because you are able to do it, at the same time you are a reliable person. And that is being highlighted here, that when a person starts holding on to ahankar, yadi ahankaram asritya iti. So if you, Lord Krishna says, I am not telling you, okay? So I have to be very careful. Then you say, oh Swamiji, you said I am ahankari. Hey, no. You be ahankari, I don't have anything to say, okay? Only at least don't be ahankari when we have a class, okay? After class, you have, 23.30 minutes, okay? 23 hours, 30 minutes. You can't be ahankari. How does it matter to me? At least here you don't pretend, okay? Coming back. So, yadi ahankaram asritya. So, if you hold on to your ahankara, na yascheti manyase. So, that means na yascheti manyase means if you refuse to fight, because not anything else, because of your, you are adamant, because of your adamancy, nothing else, because you are just adamant. There is no logic. There is no reason. You are loser. You have stress. Nothing is supporting you. But because of your adamancy, then what happens? And of course he says, look, what happens? You don't listen to me. Mithyaisa vyavasayasteti. The result that you have taken, it is mithya, will be in vain. Means it will not work for you. So that means whenever you withdraw from any activities unexpectedly because of ahankara, it's a very careful point to observe. Or you can say, whenever you withdraw from a relationship, I'm sorry to get into relationship, whenever you withdraw from a relationship unexpectedly because of your ahankara. You did not listen to others. You can refer your past. You did not listen to others. You did not wait, but you withdrew just like that because you were hurt. So you wanted to take care of your well-being. The new word, okay? So I have to take care of my well-being. I myself till now don't know what is that well-being, okay? However, remember, you will be replacing another person there. You cannot keep quiet. And if you cannot find a person there, you will replace with some habits. And nowadays, people, when they don't find anybody to replace, so they replace with psychologist, psychiatrist, drugs, medicines. You understand what I'm trying to say? Hey, there is no difference between taking this or in India. Do you know what is drug means? Because I'll just little bit I can say those days. Do you know medicine's other name also in English? They call as drugs. Okay, like somebody goes to the airport and then it says very old English. This is so. What are you carrying? So instead of medicine, he says drugs. So there was an alert. Oh, drugs? Yes. For whom? For me. What? I consume every day drugs. Then whole alert. Then finally when you open, hey, this is the medicine. Yeah, medicine also is drugs. So we have to be very careful to use the word, okay? So never use a drug in India as a medicine, okay? Drug is drugs. All over the world, except UK, okay? However, coming back. So, this, when you start replacing whether people, situation or different medicines or through addictions, what happens? Definitely, he says, prakrutistvam niyokshati iti. That means your shobhava will push you to do. You have not handled, taken care of your shobhava. That's why it was a very good process, thinking process in India. They know you do not know your shobhava. Your parents know better than you about your shobhava. Especially when you become angry, how you behave. Your parents know much better than you. And marriages are mainly done or decided by the parents, not by one's own self. So that at least they know the swabhava of the child, not that all the time it goes right, perfect, not necessarily. It's wrong many times. But it is much better than deciding by one's own self. And present generation, they decide. Then what happens? And nowadays, there is no marriage. Why to marry and why to divorce? Better not to marry. Ah, what a life. More of it. We'll say. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.